I just left the lake spot visiting Chupacabra Adventures. So I'm back on the road today and we're headed towards the coast, but we're going to stop in the forest for a couple of nights. We're in the Deschutes National Forest in the Cascade Lakes region. Good morning. I just got to another campsite. So I stopped at this dispersed campsite in the Willamette National Forest. This is called, behind me you might be able to see it, it's the Hills Creek Lake. It's a reservoir, looks like a man-made dammed reservoir. It does have recreation on it, but this site I'm in is very high up from the water. I won't be going down to the water. Certainly not carrying my kayak down there. It's a very shady site. You can see the van there. I've got it pulled into a little spot of sun. You can see a little bit of sun coming through the trees there to get some solar because I'm really low on solar. There is cell service. It's a couple bars on Verizon, but with a booster it goes all the way up to 5 bars of 4G. So I'm okay in that respect. It's very private here though. There's only, since I came in here, about 2 miles, 3 miles around the lake on this dirt road out here. There were only 1 or 2 pull-offs and they were right along the road. The one I'm on now, you may be able to see, I'm also on the road, but this is a much bigger spot. And it has a couple tent sites down below, down there, down the hill, down a little bit closer to the water. But you can't really get your car down there. You could, but you'd be in complete shade and there's nowhere to turn around. You'd have to back out. So I'm going to stay here and relax because it is the weekend. And I am close to Eugene, which means it will be pretty busy pretty much everywhere between here and the coast. You may be able to hear that we do have some shooting going on. So although I left Colorado and Arizona where all the shooting seems to happen constantly, and in every dispersed campsite I go to, I thought that maybe I could avoid so much gun noise in Oregon, but guess not. I guess it's the same here. It feels so good to be in Oregon, to be back in the Northwest. I feel like I've come home after spending the past year, I think it's been, in the Southwest. I really miss this place. Like I said, it really feels like home. Maybe because I spent so much time in Northern California, which is pretty much the Northwest also. Much like Oregon and Washington. I have to keep moving the van. I'm not getting enough sun. I'm not going to have any power if I continue on this in the shade like this. But I just moved it up even further. Luckily I've got some space here. But I think it's getting a little bit of sun now. Very limited sun here. The afternoon provides more, but definitely not in the morning like this. But my solar panels are at the front of the roof, so they're getting a little bit right now. And this one out here, the portable one, is getting more. Hope for the best. Keep my fingers crossed. Oh, more bullet casings. It's funny, I scoured the whole campground yesterday when I got here. And I thought I got every single one, but as I stand here, I'm seeing tons more. Yeah, I found that many in just a few seconds. I think and I even found a live bullet. There's one with the bullet still in it, as you can see there. I find those once in a while. I think what's happening is as the sun moves through the trees, it lights up the brass color, so it jumps out at you. You can't miss them. And that's why I keep finding more. The campsite was fairly clean, other than the tons and tons of Kleenex from people obviously going to the bathroom. I also collected this right here at the site. I think I'm going to start saving these brass bullet casings. Someone told me they're worth money, and I'm picking them up because they're trash anyways. So I think I'm just going to start collecting them because you probably know from my other videos, I come across thousands and thousands of these every year, every campsite. So pretty much every single campsite I've ever been to, dispersed campsite, has these. So I am going to just start collecting them and at least recycle them. Not so much for the money, but as opposed to just throwing them in the trash. So that's a project. And I have noticed that we're back in poison oak country. These ravens here, man, they are loud. There's one not too far from me that has been screeching all morning, like someone's murdering it or something. Yeah, we're back in the Northwest, so this is poison oak country, man. Woo! It's like Northern California. So much poison oak. So luckily, as soon as I got here, I noticed it on the ground. Immediately became aware that I have to start being vigilant about staying away from it. I'm highly allergic to it. I don't know if you can see the lake down there. Yeah, you can probably see it through the trees. It's a big lake, and it's beautiful blue color. I would love to be out on that right now. But like I said, I don't know, you probably can't tell from the video, but that's a long, steep way down, and there's not really any direct path to it. I'd have to bushwhack through poison oak, which isn't going to happen. But with all the lakes here in Oregon, especially the area I'm in now, this one just doesn't seem to have a lot of action. I think I saw one jet skier go by, but I don't hear anybody else out on this lake. So it's pretty quiet. Tonight we're going to do a really quick, simple meal. Not going to take long at all. What I have here is I steamed up some frozen vegetables. I had a bunch of different vegetables in the freezer, so I mixed them all together. And to that we're going to add a can of, let's see, black-eyed peas. I love black-eyed peas. Now I'm just going to dump the whole can in. And to that, we're going to add a can of diced tomatoes. I'm going to add some barbecue sauce here. No special brand. Just whatever you have. A few tablespoons of that for some flavor. And then mix that all together. And all in one pot. You've got protein from the black-eyed peas. You've got vegetables. There's some mushrooms in there. Broccoli, corn, cauliflower, bell peppers. And then we'll just put that back on the burner and let that warm up, and that's it. Simple, easy peasy. You could use canned ingredients, frozen ingredients, fresh ingredients. I just took that off the burner. Let's give that a try. Oh yeah, nice and hearty. All kinds of flavors in there. Good morning there. I moved my spot last night. I was in the woods and I wasn't getting any solar. There was just too many trees, so my batteries were all depleting. So I had to move, and I was headed to Eugene, but I just came down the dirt road from actually up there. I was up in those trees up above the river, way above the river, and I just came down to meet the highway off of that dirt road, and this place was just down below the highway, down below the bridge that crosses the river. Took a little finagling to get down the rocky dirt road to get here, but I am right on the river. Check this out. There's mountains behind me. Got a view of the mountains, and then the river's right here, flowing right down from the mountains. There's the bridge that crosses the river at the base of those mountains, and that's the highway to the left there. So I just came right down this, there's a dirt road down here, and there's a fire pit and everything. And that's the lake right there. the beginning of the lake. It's dammed up at the other end. You can't see the dam from here. 23, that's pretty clean. The van is just up there on the little hill. And my osprey friends are up there in the trees. It's been a cloudy day all day. And I found out that most of these very large trees here are Douglas firs, I believe. As you can see, I'm wearing sunglasses. I'm back to wearing sunglasses. I usually don't wear them because, I don't know, I feel like it kind of obscures my vision. But someone commented that after my cataract surgery, if you don't wear sunglasses, you can damage your macular. And I know my mom had macular degeneration after her cataract surgery. I don't know if it's related, but yeah, so I'm going to start wearing sunglasses all the time. It's really hard to believe that this beautiful spot here is empty. I mean, it's a Sunday and there's not even any fishermen here or people spending the day. Oh, you can see I've got the awning up again, but it's really windy. Hasn't taken it away yet. I've got it staked down. I kind of improved the guy lines with some new hardware. Seems to be helping. But yeah, that back there is the Diamond Peak Wilderness. And this just beautiful creek running into the lake here. And there's not even anybody on the lake. There's a boat ramp right over there. If you go back up to the main highway, about a quarter of a mile, there's a boat ramp, a free boat ramp, a day use area. But there's no one on the lake. I think there was one boat on there yesterday for a couple minutes, but yeah, this is an interesting place. Like I was saying earlier, Oregon has so many lakes that you can go to one like this and camp right on a creek or a river and be totally alone. And this is all free dispersed national forest. So I'm in the Willamette National Forest. I'm actually right in the middle of the Deschutes, the Willamette, and the Umpqua. Kind of in the center of all that. Just maybe an hour east of Eugene. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful area. This is one of those spots that I could just stay for weeks. I've got all my solar panels going. I'm in full sun today. Everything is getting charged back up to normal. I can run everything. And I've got my shirt fell on the ground. I've got my little spot in the shade here under the awning. It's pretty hot today. It's about 85 degrees, but not to worry. If I really want, I can go right down there and go for a swim or a dip. But I checked the water, and that's ice cold water. It's coming down from that Diamond Peak mountain. I got a better look at the birds because one flew out of the nest, and judging from their call, which you might be able to hear, it is an osprey family, and there is an adolescent in there, but a very large one that keeps flapping its wings, and the parents keep feeding it. Maybe you can hear it. The babies make a lot of noise. And one of the adults flew out into another tree, so I was able to get a good look at that with the binoculars, and it's definitely an osprey, but they just keep eating. The wind has finally stopped. Boy, it was pretty strong earlier in the afternoon, late afternoon. I just made dinner. I'm full now, and I just came out here to kind of grab my stuff and go back inside. And that's when I saw this wonderful sunset. Look at that red. It's a beautiful warm summer evening. The osprey are still active up in the tree there, up in their nest. Somebody's up there flapping like crazy. I think the flapping is the adolescent practicing his wings, getting ready for leaving the nest, I guess. So I'll see you in the morning. Oh, it's bright out here. I've been in the van all morning. When I woke up, it was raining, which was nice. A little bit of rain is well needed with all these forest fires in Oregon now. But the rain stopped. Only rained a couple hours. It's beautiful out, although it's a little muggy. Why is it sagging? Is there water on top of it? Oh yeah, I collected water. Let's see if we can empty that. I know, I'll stand over here, push it out with my head. Oh, it's pretty easy. Beautiful day again, although it's very cloudy. I am getting a little bit of solar though, so that's good. But yeah, it's cloudy, warm, and humid. Typical summer weather in the Northwest. And our osprey friends are still up in their nest. Look at all these dandelion. Are those dandelions? Yeah, some form of dandelion. These were not here yesterday. I have to go back and look at the video, but I'm pretty sure these were all closed up and just buds. Or they had turned to those little fluffy seeds. But boy, the place is covered. Yeah, I wonder if these all just bloomed because of the rain this morning. There's thousands of them. I just checked the air quality here and it's 107, which is unhealthy. You can see the smoke, the haze. It's not real thick, but you can smell it for sure. So I will definitely be probably just driving through Eugene, get the groceries and things like that, and getting right to the coast, where it's 68 degrees during the day and 55 at night. And the air is clean as can be, always on the west coast, usually always. Very rarely does the smoke drift to the coast like that. Sometimes. But it's 86 here today, muggy and buggy, and it'll be a nice relief to get to the coast and just stand on the cliffs there, or stand on the beach and put my feet in the water and feel that breeze, that ocean salty breeze. I think I'm going to be leaving here tomorrow and heading into Eugene to do some shopping, and then on to the coast. And because of the wildfires in Oregon, yeah, they were down when I was in Colorado and Utah, coming from Utah when I was in Colorado. Idaho was free of them at the time I was there. And now I'm in Oregon where there hasn't been any fires, and all of a sudden the biggest fires are here now. So most of Oregon is covered in smoke. Actually, I see smoke here today. It's a very muggy, warm day, so I'm pretty sure it's smoke. Could just be haze, but looks like the whole sky is filled. You might be able to see behind me there. But as I get to Eugene and then onto the coast, that's all clear. Most of the time it is, because of the western winds that come off of the northwest and push towards the east. So it keeps the coast pretty clean for the most part. Not always, but right now there doesn't seem to be any smoke on the coast, so we'll probably stick to the coast as long as there's wildfire smoke in the forests. But we'll probably head back into the forests up near Portland, but we'll see. So thanks again for coming along for the ride, and I'll see you real soon. Or I'll see you in the next video.